You ever notice how the most powerful force in life isn't money, fame, or even raw talent? It's emotional intelligence. Yeah, emotional intelligence. This hidden key that can totally transform your life if you unlock it right now. Unlocking emotional intelligence, transform your life today, is not just a catchy title, it's an invitation. An invitation to step into a new version of yourself, a version that understands feelings, not just of others, but your own deeply and honestly. Most people spend their lives running from emotions, trying to avoid pain, fears, or even joy. But what if I told you the real power lies in embracing those feelings, not suppressing them, not ignoring them, but learning how to navigate through them with empathy and grace? Because emotional intelligence isn't just some fancy psychological term, it's the foundation of personal growth and self-improvement. It's what shapes your relationships, your career, your happiness. I remember when I first started thinking about this stuff, I was chasing success in the traditional sense: money, awards, recognition. But something was missing. I felt like I was out of sync with myself and others. It wasn't until I began focusing on emotional intelligence, practicing empathy, and tuning into my own emotional signals that things began to change. And not overnight, but steadily, piece by piece, personal development became more than a goal, it became a lifestyle. Now, here's a little secret that might help you hold onto this message. Throughout this video, I'm going to share insights that can shift how you see yourself and the people around you. Little moments of truth that, when you catch them, can start a ripple effect. You might find yourself thinking differently about conflict, about your reactions, and even about the way you handle setbacks. Trust me, it's these subtle shifts that will set you apart. Emotional intelligence is about more than just understanding others. It's about mastering your own mind, your own emotional landscape. Imagine being able to recognize when your feelings are driving your decisions and choosing a better path instead. That's personal growth. That's self-improvement in its purest form. And it all starts with awareness. You might feel skeptical, and that's okay. It's normal to resist change because loss aversion runs deep in all of us. We hate losing what we know, even if what we know isn't working. But here's the thing: when you unlock your emotional intelligence, you gain something far greater than what you might lose. You gain control over your life's direction. You become the captain of your ship, steering through storms with calm and clarity. So as we dive deeper into this journey, keep your mind open. Notice how you react to the stories I share. See if you can catch those moments where you feel a little uncomfortable or challenged. Because those feelings are clues. They point you to the areas where emotional growth is waiting. And this is what personal development is all about. Remember, unlocking emotional intelligence, transform your life today, isn't just a promise, it's a pathway. A way to build resilience, empathy, and genuine connection in a world that's craving it more than ever. So stay with me, and let's explore how this power can change your life for good. Now, let's talk about what emotional intelligence really looks like in everyday life. It's not some abstract idea, it's the way you handle moments when everything feels like it's falling apart. It's how you respond when someone pushes your buttons, or when you're faced with a challenge that threatens to break your spirit. That's where emotional intelligence becomes your secret weapon. You see, personal growth isn't just about learning new skills or hitting goals. It's about transforming how you relate to yourself and others. Emotional intelligence teaches you to pause before you react, to step outside of your immediate feelings and see the bigger picture. When I started practicing this, I realized how many times I let my emotions run wild, making decisions that led to regret. But when you develop empathy for yourself, you begin to create space for better choices. Empathy is the heart of emotional intelligence. It's the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to feel what they feel without losing your own center. This is crucial for meaningful relationships, whether it's with family, friends, or colleagues. Imagine how different the world would be if more people understood this simple truth. We're all carrying battles no one else sees. That realization changes everything. Think about some of the greats in history and how they used emotional intelligence to rise above their circumstances. Look at Malala Yousafzai. Her courage wasn't just physical, it came from deep emotional resilience and empathy. Or someone like Richard Branson, whose success is as much about understanding people's needs as it is about business acumen. These aren't just luck stories, they are personal development stories built on mastering emotions and relationships. But here's the thing, many people don't talk about. Emotional intelligence also means embracing your vulnerabilities. It means admitting when you're hurt, confused, or scared. Real strength isn't hiding those feelings, it's facing them head on. And in that honesty, you find connection. You find healing. That's what true personal growth feels like. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle of self-improvement and forget the human part. We think becoming better means being tougher or harder on ourselves. But emotional intelligence flips that script. It tells us that kindness, especially toward ourselves, is the fuel for lasting change. When you nurture empathy within, it spills outward in how you treat others, creating a positive cycle of growth. Now, some people think emotional intelligence is just a soft skill, something nice to have but not necessary. But I challenge that thinking. Emotional intelligence is a survival skill. It's what keeps you grounded in a world that's always trying to pull you off balance. The ability to manage your feelings, understand where they come from, and respond instead of react. That's what separates those who thrive from those who just survive. And here's something you might not have realized. Emotional intelligence is something you can grow. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. You don't have to be born with it. Every time you practice empathy, every time you check in with your own emotions instead of ignoring them, you're building that muscle. Imagine how much more fulfilling your personal development journey would be if you didn't just chase goals blindly, but learned to listen to the quiet voice inside. That's emotional intelligence in action. It's the difference between living a life on autopilot and living consciously with intention and heart. In this moment, you have a choice. You can keep going the way you've been going, letting emotions control you and reactions define you. Where you can start unlocking the power of emotional intelligence, step by step transforming your life from the inside out. This is what unlocking emotional intelligence, transform your life today, is about. It's about giving yourself permission to grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. As you continue watching, you'll notice how this connects with every part of your life, from your work to your relationships, to your deepest sense of purpose. This is the kind of personal growth that stays with you, no matter what's happening around you. Stay close, because soon I'm going to share stories of real people who embraced emotional intelligence and made radical changes, not because they were born special, but because they learned to master themselves. Let's get real for a moment. Emotional intelligence isn't just some abstract concept you read about in books or hear at seminars. It's alive in the stories of people who've transformed their lives. Not because they were gifted with extraordinary talents, but because they mastered their emotions and cultivated empathy. This is where personal development becomes truly powerful. Think about someone like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What sets him apart isn't just his physical strength or charisma. It's the way he connects with people, the way he shares his vulnerabilities openly. He talks about his struggles with depression and the importance of self-awareness. That's emotional intelligence at work, knowing yourself deeply, embracing your imperfections, and using that awareness to inspire others. That's personal growth in action. Or take Malala Yousafzai's story beyond her courageous stand for education. It's her emotional resilience and empathy for others that make her a beacon of hope worldwide. She embodies the truth that emotional intelligence is not softness but strength, the kind that fuels change even in the darkest times. Here's something crucial. Emotional intelligence is a skill you practice daily. It's about tuning into how you feel, why you feel that way, and what that means for your choices. It's about catching yourself before you react impulsively, choosing empathy over judgment, compassion over anger. This shift alone can transform your relationships, your career, and your inner peace. Personal growth demands this kind of inner work. It requires you to be brutally honest with yourself, to acknowledge your blind spots without shame. Will Smith once talked about the importance of being your own biggest fan and harshest critic at the same time. That means loving yourself enough to grow, but holding yourself accountable enough to change. Imagine the impact of this mindset when you stop blaming others or circumstances for your feelings and start taking ownership of your emotional responses. You reclaim your power. You become the author of your story, not a victim of it. This is the essence of unlocking emotional intelligence. Transform your life today, learning to steer your emotions rather than letting them steer you. Now, empathy is often misunderstood. It's not about agreeing with everyone or letting people walk all over you. It's about understanding where they're coming from, even if their perspective challenges yours. When you practice empathy, you build bridges instead of walls. You turn conflicts into conversations and problems into opportunities for connection. In business, this emotional intelligence translates into better leadership. Leaders who listen actively, who show genuine care, inspire loyalty and trust. It's why some of the most successful CEOs focus on emotional intelligence as much as on strategy, because they know people are the heart of any organization. On a personal level, emotional intelligence helps you handle stress and setbacks with grace. Instead of spiraling into frustration or despair, you recognize your emotions as signals guiding you toward growth. This resilience is what keeps you moving forward when life tries to knock you down. Here's a simple practice you can start today. Whenever you feel a strong emotion, pause and ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Is it fears warning you of a potential risk? Is it anger signaling a boundary that's been crossed? Or maybe it's sadness pointing to a loss you haven't fully processed. Naming the emotion brings clarity and opens the door to wiser decisions. I want you to remember this: emotional intelligence is a journey, not a destination. You don't arrive at being emotionally intelligent, you grow into it, moment by moment, choice by choice. Every day presents new chances to practice empathy, self-awareness, and emotional resilience. And as we move forward, we'll explore more deeply how this journey can reshape your relationships, your mindset, and ultimately, your entire life. The promise of unlocking emotional intelligence, transform your life today, is that you don't have to be stuck where you are. You can evolve into a more conscious, connected, and fulfilled version of yourself. So keep that heart open, that mind curious, and get ready to discover how emotional intelligence can be your greatest ally in personal development and self-improvement. Now, let me tell you something many people don't realize about emotional intelligence. It's not just about understanding others, it's about mastering yourself first. This is the foundation of all personal development and growth. Before you can truly connect with anyone else, you have to be able to connect with your own emotions, understand your triggers, and cultivate emotional resilience. When I started paying attention to my feelings instead of ignoring them or stuffing them down, everything changed. I realized that Emotions aren't enemies to fight, they are messages to listen to. When you treat them as signals, you gain incredible insight into your needs, desires, and fears. That's emotional intelligence working for you, not against you. Take a moment to think about your daily life. How often do you react immediately when something provokes you? Maybe it's frustration at work, a disagreement with a loved one, or even your own self-doubt whispering in your ear. Emotional intelligence teaches you to pause, to breathe, and to ask yourself, what is really happening here? That pause gives you power. It turns reaction into response. This skill is priceless, especially in moments of conflict. Instead of escalating tension with harsh words or assumptions, you learn to listen not just to what's being said, but to the feelings underneath. Empathy becomes your bridge, allowing you to meet others where they are emotionally and find common ground. That's how you turn challenges into opportunities for deeper connection and understanding. And here's the kicker: this doesn't just improve your relationships with others, it transforms your relationship with yourself. Self-empathy is just as important as empathy for others. It means being gentle with yourself when you fail or fall short. It means recognizing your humanity and treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a dear friend. Think about the power of self-empathy in the context of personal growth. Too often, we sabotage ourselves with harsh self-criticism or unrealistic expectations. Emotional intelligence teaches us to replace that inner critic with an inner coach, a voice that encourages, supports, and motivates. This shift creates a foundation where growth isn't a burden, but a natural expression of self-love. Look at the way someone like Keanu Reeves carries himself. His humility and kindness shine through not because he's perfect, but because he's mastered emotional intelligence. He understands his emotions, embraces vulnerability, and treats others with genuine respect. This combination makes him not just successful, but beloved. Another thing emotional intelligence unlocks is adaptability. Life is unpredictable. Challenges come out of nowhere, and if you're rigid in your thinking or emotionally reactive, you'll get knocked off course. But when you cultivate emotional intelligence, you become more flexible. You learn to adjust your mindset and emotions in real time, staying calm and clear-headed even when the storm is raging. This is crucial in personal development. Growth requires stepping into the unknown, facing discomfort, and sometimes failing. Emotional intelligence cushions those blows by helping you process emotions constructively, rather than letting fears or frustration stop you. It gives you the strength to keep moving forward, to learn from mistakes, and to see setbacks as lessons, not dead ends. Now, as you continue on this path of unlocking emotional intelligence, transform your life today. Remember that self-improvement isn't a straight line. It's messy, full of ups and downs. But with emotional intelligence guiding you, each step becomes more meaningful. You start to notice patterns in your behavior and emotions that you can change. You become more aware of your impact on others. And that awareness is the key to true transformation. Before we dive deeper, I want you to hold on to this thought. Emotional intelligence is the foundation for empathy, resilience, and authentic connection. It's what separates those who live life fully and with purpose from those who merely exist. It's the tool that helps you turn personal growth from a goal into a lifestyle. So keep your heart open, your mind ready, and your spirit hungry for growth. Because what's coming next will take you way further into how emotional intelligence creates lasting change in every corner of your life, from how you see yourself to how you show up in the world. Now, here's where everything starts to come together. The real magic of emotional intelligence lies not just in understanding your emotions or empathizing with others, but in transforming your life through that awareness. This is where personal growth becomes unstoppable, and you become the person you were always meant to be. When you unlock emotional intelligence, you tap into a power that changes everything: your mindset, your relationships, your goals, and even how you handle success and failure. It's like having an internal compass that guides you through life's chaos with clarity and confidence. And that's not just theory, it's something I've lived through my own journey. Look around at those who've truly mastered this skill. Someone like Denzel Washington shows us what it means to balance strength and vulnerability. He's not afraid to show emotion, to be real, to connect deeply with people around him. That emotional intelligence shines through his performances and his leadership, inspiring millions to live with purpose and integrity. Or consider the journey of someone like Michelle Obama. Her grace, empathy, and self-awareness have allowed her to rise not just as a powerful figure, but as a symbol of hope and authenticity. Her ability to listen, to feel deeply, and to respond thoughtfully shows how emotional intelligence can shape your legacy. But here's the truth you need to hear. Emotional intelligence is not just for the famous or the successful. It's for you, right here, right now. No matter your age or background, this is your chance to embrace self-improvement in the most profound way possible. When you develop emotional intelligence, you create a ripple effect that touches every aspect of your life. Think about your daily experiences. How often do you find yourself overwhelmed by stress, anger, or anxiety? What if you could harness those feelings, understand their root causes, and use them to fuel positive change? Emotional intelligence gives you that superpower. It helps you break free from destructive patterns and replace them with habits that build resilience and joy. And personal growth is not about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you choose empathy over judgment, every time you pause before reacting, every time you listen and deeply instead of assuming, you grow a little more. These small shifts add up to massive transformation. Now, as part of this journey, don't forget the importance of practicing self-care and reflection. Taking time to check in with yourself daily, journaling your thoughts, or simply sitting in quiet meditation can deepen your emotional awareness. These moments allow you to recalibrate, to realign with your values and goals, and to cultivate emotional balance. Here's a powerful exercise to keep with you at the end of each day. Reflect on one emotional experience you had. What did you feel? What triggered that feeling? How did you respond? What could you do differently next time? This simple habit wires your brain for greater emotional intelligence and personal development. Remember, unlocking emotional intelligence, transform your life today, is more than a title, it's an invitation. An invitation to step into your true potential, to become a master of your emotions, and to live a life defined by empathy, resilience, and authentic connection. As you move forward, keep this in mind: your emotional intelligence shapes your reality. The way you see yourself, the way you treat others, and the choices you make every day create the story of your life. So choose to be intentional, choose to grow, choose to unlock the power within you. Before I close, I want to leave you with this: the journey to emotional intelligence is ongoing. There will be days when you stumble, when old habits try to pull you back. That's normal. What matters is that you keep going, that you keep choosing growth, empathy, and self-awareness. At Wisdom Recorder, we believe in your ability to transform your life, one emotional breakthrough at a time. We're here to support you with more insights, stories, and motivation to fuel your personal growth. So, if you found value in this journey today, subscribe and like for more content that lights your path. Your emotional intelligence is your greatest asset. Invest in it. Nourish it. Let it be the key to a richer, fuller, more empowered life. This is your moment. Unlock it. Transform your life today.